Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our viewers from across the globe. My name is Zinat Reza Khan, heading the Outreach Working Group at the European Network for Academic Integrity. I have the absolute pleasure of welcoming you to another episode of our Around the World Globe in 30 Vodcast. As a community of passionate researchers, academics, and professionals, we form an incredible collective of expertise and resources that can support educators and students globally. The aim of this podcast series is to spotlight the inspiring work being done in academic integrity from across diverse regions, Africa, South Asia, Southeast Asia, and beyond, to build our ENAI Human Library. Today's special episode is actually very special. I'm honored to introduce our guest, Dr. Shahid Soraya. He's the founder of the Center for Academic Integrity in Pakistan and Director General at the Pakistan Institute of Education under the Ministry of Federal Education. I have known Dr. Soraya for a long time, a little bit before my PhD, in fact, as well. And I got to know him through Dr. Teddy Fishman and Professor Tracy Brickett, the late Tracy Brickett. Dr. Soraya is a pioneering advocate for academic integrity in the region and a driving force behind systemic change in education and research governance in Pakistan. Dr. Soraya, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much. Humbled.
Can you begin by telling us a little about yourself and what inspired your journey into the academic integrity space?
Thank you very much. It's always lovely to talk to you, Zinat, and the kind of work you are doing and the platform ENAI, they are providing these kind of opportunities. I must appreciate the network as well. Coming back from my work, actually, I have been in the system, in the higher education system for more than 20 years. So when we started in 2001 onward, in 2002, there was a shift in Pakistan. The Higher Education Commission was formed from University Grants Commission, previously called. So with the new system, with the opportunities for the higher education, professionals, and at the same time, the incentives as well, the promotion incentives and the financial incentives to publish their research work, to go for the MPhil and PhD and complete these kind of activities, and the financial incentives would be provided to those lecturers, the professors, and even the staff who used to work in higher education and even in other departments. Actually, that was the time when people started publishing, whatever one way or the other. In 2006, then Higher Education Commission, they realized that we should have they got some reports that says there's some misrepresentation, the plagiarism cases are coming, and these things. So they introduced the plagiarism policy. It's called Higher Education Commission Plagiarism Policy, and then we started, working accordingly. And then the software were introduced. Turnitin came implemented across Pakistan in the higher education sector, that they have to go through the system. I was responsible. I was in Government College University, one of the best university there in Pakistan. So I used to be responsible to the issue the certificate of similarity index. So the students and the faculty members, they used to come get their reports, similarity reports. And then I started realizing something is going wrong. It's not I think the ultimate objective to bring down the similarity index. It's beyond. When you see discussions and the around that everybody is not conscious about. I mean, most of the people are not conscious about the plagiarism. They are mostly conscious about the similarity index.
Yeah.
So they just to get those their thesis be done, or they publish their work. During that period, I entered into PhD, and then I decided to offer this topic. And the topic was, it's student-teacher academic relationship and its impact on academic integrity. So this was the
Wow.
first kind of uh, dissertation which I started working on in Pakistan on what you would say the plagiarism or the academic integrity. uh, that during that period I started looking for the existing literature in Pakistan. Anyone
Mm.
published that kind of literature, anyone worked on that area or not? And I could hardly check the
Huh.
couple of found couple of articles only. And then I reached to the people like you talked about, the Teddy and the other colleagues, because there was one active platform, International Center for Academic Integrity.
Right.
So I reached out to them. They supported me. I mean, enrolled me as one of the already member, and I accessed the information and data reports or modules available over there, and that
Mm.
was the starting point.
Right.
And then while working during this period, completing my PhD, the one of the key, I would say, the recommendation in my thesis was we should have the National Academic Integrity Center in Pakistan.
Ah,
So and we should go. I mean, and we need to bring change. uh, aligning our policies, not only dattering, but bringing the information and awareness among, the academic colleagues that
colleagues.
that's the academic integrity matters. It's not the similarity index. The academic integrity matters. So when you go beyond, thinking beyond the similarity
Yeah.
index. So
Wow.
that was the starting point, going through the systems, understanding the
Yes.
through the complete, the thesis and the kind of work I produced through my thesis. And then
Correct.
this is how it's not inspiring. I This was the kind of observation which started and pushed me to work on this area. And then I thought that we should go beyond that, not only completing one thesis and putting in the shelf, and that's a continue. That's the separate work. That was not part of my job, but I continued that kind of work. So I one way or the other, if I could contribute in the academic
Yes.
community of Pakistan and beyond. Yeah.
Amazing. What a fascinating journey, sir. Truly. Like there was so much I didn't know myself, although I've been associated with you for so long. So now you mentioned about the Center for Academic Integrity in Pakistan. If you could tell me, like, how did that setup go? What kind of support did you get? And how is it being able to support, the students, researchers across the country?
Yeah, as I told, I it was one of the recommendation, and I talked to my vice chancellor that we should take the lead and we should set up this center, National Center for Academic Integrity. So he supported this idea, and he asked me, "Okay, go ahead, establish that." We established that, and we started from our own, students and the faculty, and then we opened for the at national level the kind of training programs we could
Wow.
introduce, or the awareness programs we introduced. And then we went beyond. We went to other universities as well, collaborated with the other universities, and then had that that's a how to avoid plagiarism,
Mm.
small kind of workshops or the seminars. And this is how we introduced this topic as well. At the same time, I've been teaching. So the couple of students, they got interested to work on this area. And then the few other colleagues in the higher education sector, they started working on that. And they
Mm.
introduced their students, they started working. Even one student from this, I remember, the special education, she actually worked on this area. One student in the social sciences, she started working on this area. And then education, faculty of education, they started working on those areas. And another point which really helped us, I moved to Higher Education Commission, the Punjab Higher Education Commission, and then there was the ENAI conference, and we collaborated with them, and that was the point when we went across all the universities, invited them that we are going to select certain people who I mean their papers, and they would travel, and we'll fund them to
Oh,
travel
yes,
and
in
attend.
2018. Yes.
So
The
this is
conference in Turkey. Yeah.
yeah, starting from establishing the center, and then at different levels where I used to be. So we continued that struggle and the journey, and then there was a wave now that the people are now independently writing and publishing on this, and doing research on this area.
Amazing. I mean, again, like, like I'm just thinking about how our journey kind of finally has, crossed path, but I'll get to that in a moment. But it's so amazing to hear how the journeys have kind of been parallel, yours, and then, what we've done in UAE. And it's so amazing to see how international bodies, like you said, ICI, and then of course, NI is one of the largest networks for academic integrity. How they're supporting beyond Europe, all of us who are around working on academic integrity. So, in your view, given the number of years that you've already worked in this field, what are some of the unique challenges or opportunities Pakistan faces in embedding academic integrity across, let's say, higher education landscape?
In Pakistan, there's good thing and there's a bad thing, that the Higher Education Commission has a lot of impact and influence on the universities. Universities, by act, by constitution, they are autonomous, but at the same time,
Mhm.
standards are being set by the Higher Education Commission, and
Mhm.
that is an opportunity as well. They structure something, they design policies, and then the universities follow those policies. So this is the opportunity, that if the Higher Education Commission, that they understand things well, at the same time they introduce good quality the policies, and they go for the implementation. So it is quite easy to implement across Pakistan.
Mhm.
At the same time, this is challenge as well. If they are not doing, they are not moving, they are not understanding the new challenges and the issues, the universities are not moving ahead and
Right.
designing and refining their own policies, and sometimes they need to work according to their own circumstances. The policies, I mean, your university might have a different policy, but the main standards would remain same, but keeping in view the context could be the different, the decisions could be different, and the students could be different. There would be
Right.
diverse group, and there could be the one kind of group studying in one university. There are women universities, there are co-education over there, and at the same time, at the different places, Pakistan is a country where you can find multicultural, and sometimes totally different kind of cultures are coexist at the same time.
Coexisting. Mhm.
So the challenge, I would say, is in higher education, is that until unless higher education commission doesn't move and develop and implement and refine things, the universities are not ready to at that level to
Mm.
do their to do the work at their own, and to implement sometimes those policies which are really important, and like AI is coming, AI is there. AI, the issues are different now. The students are dealing with those issues in a different way. They need a clear headed policy.
Guidance.
So
Yes.
universities are looking at Higher Education Commission, what they are doing. So they could have done earlier, or they could have responded well
Right.
in a timely manner. So this is the challenge. At the same time, the second challenge, I would say, I think it's challenge with, might be you are so realizing or facing, that the academic integrity is, you can't data with the one software. I believe it's a behavioral issue. it's the
Mm.
cultural, it's the you need to embed it through schools. And and we are dealing this issue in the higher education only. What about the school structure?
Yeah.
So we need to introduce this. When you say in Pakistan, there are different. In the elite schools, the things are quite different, and
Mm.
you know the maturity level and the students' awareness level is different. The majority of the schools are the public sector schools and the low cost
Right.
schools. They don't have those kind of opportunities, or they don't have that kind of good teachers, I would say, the quality teachers. That's the issue. So the I think there should be the challenges that we are somehow unable to introduce that kind of uh, uh, behavior, or that kind of um awareness across schools. So that's the challenge. But at the same
Right.
time, things are changing. But there are new things are coming. AI is there. That at the same time, the discussions are high now in Pakistan.
Mm.
They're talking about it. They're dealing everyone. I can see. I used to receive the. There are new conferences going on AI. One where they are aligning with these challenges as well,
Yes.
integrity challenges. So the discussions
If
are
if
around.
I could jump in though, I think what the challenges that you've put forward, I don't I think these are challenges we are all facing across the globe. We've seen the slowness in the responses from institutional and governance in different countries. Have, for instance, in response to generative AI coming into the classrooms with students using them, assessment redesigns, and things like that. And even, for instance, the concern that you've shared about K-12, while all the focus does seem to be on higher education, not that much focus is always given necessarily in the schooling system. And then again, the elite versus the low cost schools. I think we are seeing pretty much very similar conversations and concerns from colleagues from whether it's in the Americas or in Europe or in Australia. Even colleagues from, let's say, South America have voiced very similar concerns, actually. And in a way that makes me feel that, oh, we are all in the same pot and we are all suffering in the same kind of, we are struggling with the same kind of challenges. And I do take some kind of solace from that we all seem to be sharing that kind of, similar challenges. But let me ask you this. What are some of the unique opportunities that you have seen in Pakistan when embedding academic integrity, across the landscapes?
So the one good opportunity I've seen, that's the acceptance is there now. For the last many years, after when we introduced the plagiarism policy through the Higher Education Commission, and the challenges came, the committees are. I mean, all the higher education institutions, they have the forums and the committees where such matters are being dealt.
Hmm.
So the acceptability is there, the discussions are there, the dialogues are there, and another thing, I think, the we just had the one conference uh, here in Pakistan on academic integrity. This is a first ever conference on this very focused area. Interestingly, we were not expecting that the people are working or not on this area. We received, I mean, 100 plus abstract, and across Pakistan, in different parts of the Pakistan, in the from the higher education institutions. So the good thing, which I'm quite happy from all these sciences, social sciences, humanities, the consciously on this area. At the same time, they are responding well. What they need actually, that's the opportunity. They just need the good direction, the quality research, the one thing, the policy research, another thing, right? So, and the third is policy. implementation. So they are receptive, they are looking for these kind of guidance now. And I think this is time that the higher education, the across Pakistan, they should come forward, refine these things, bring those policies,
Mm,
work together, join hands,
yes.
and bring this that kind of platform and opportunities where they could learn from each other. And this discussion, I think, is in Pakistan, uh, so not at the ground level, but the listeners are sitting, they are now conscious, and they are involved in these kind of
Mm,
things. I think the
mm,
moment uh, we started, it's yielding, and I mean the results are coming. It's not only me, but the many people now, we can see that they are working more than me, and they are more energetic. They are I mean, they are producing good quality researches. They have developed the forums, and they are continuing the that kind of effort through the awareness seminars, programs that's going on. So this is the opportunity. I think not only opportunity, the people have already started working on these areas. This is quite an encouraging thing in Pakistan.
amazing. And I can see the footfall impact of the center already. I mean, you mentioned the Akari conference that you organized so successfully, and the the level of participation that you saw, the level of submissions that showed the kind of research that academics are really doing. Post this conference, I know it was an incredible milestone, but post that conference, how do you think the success of this conference has impacted the community at a national level?
We could, I can't say exactly what is the current status, because it's too early to say. But during that conference, the kind of response we received, and the people who really traveled across Pakistan just to attend this conference, being part of those discussions, it was really encouraging. And that is that one of the good evidence where we could see
Yes,
that the impact is already there. The
right.
second point which I want, that the we are interested to continue this struggle, to have one at least that kind of activity each year, will
Mm,
make the international level activity. And after certain years, we could go for the international activities again, uh, and then developing that and strengthening that forum, the center and the consortium as well, which where
right.
we are working together, the academy. We should work. I mean, now the next conference in Saudi, and we are now going to start our kind of dissemination work about the
Yes,
conference. So the maximum people would be able to participate from Pakistan. They would go there. They would discuss with the international community, and they would come back with the new ideas, new discussions, new researches, topics in their minds, and the implementation and the policy kind of research. They would be doing that. And the third
absolutely.
thing, which where I mean, we are interested now, as I told you, it's we have good leadership now. There are
Mm,
good people here in Pakistan who are really interested to work, and they're together. So what we are heading towards, if we agree all, and we develop the consortium headquarter here, the Asia Africa, and the
Middle
consortium
East.
headquarter, Middle East Academic Integrity Consortium headquarter here in Pakistan, that would also help us to keep not only us but the people around us active,
Yes.
working, moving with that kind of spirit and the dedication they have now. And
Hmm.
so that the continuity is the key, I guess. So they should
Right. Yes.
continue their working, and we can go across one university to another higher education. Then K-12 is there. I think that the modules would be developing, the workshops would be happening over there, the conference, seminars. These activities actually keep the people aligned and connected, and then you learn, and then
Mm,
you could find the best practices in different universities, and the other
mm,
people learn from those practices and go and back and implement
absolutely.
those.
Yes.
I think
So,
that's the future. That's what I could see is
right.
better, and
So,
is more
if you
active.
could just touch maybe in 1 minute about the Lahore Declaration that was announced at the conclusion of the Akari conference.
The Lahore Declaration, actually, the one focus which I just mentioned, that the one area for this region, because the English is not our, the L1, like
Right,
that's not the L1, see, right? We, or I mean, in South Asia or even in your area, uh, the now starting from the kids to higher education, in school to higher
mm,
education, they're struggling. So what we are thinking, that if we will they build that kind of structure around the consortium, that was the one key takeaway. And we could establish that kind of consortium headquarter either in Dubai and most probably in Lahore. Uh, that would help us to structure ourselves as well as the
mm-hmm,
consortium. That's the one
mm-hmm,
key takeaway. And with that takeaway, uh, what we are thinking, that particularly in this region, I'm not talking about the Pakistan only, in
right.
this
South
region,
Asia.
it's the
Yes,
South Asian region and the Gulf region. We could, I think, continue where you would be helpful for me and I would be helpful for you, and
right.
the
The
other colleagues.
collaboration. Yes,
Collaborations, the my colleagues sitting in India, in Bangladesh, in Sri Lanka, there are people
correct.
who are really interested to work, and that kind of synergy is required to build around, and then
Right,
move forward collectively. The second point, which
correct.
where we wanted to move ahead, that the organization like NI, if we could collaborate with them, and they have been doing this kind of work, a platform is already there, and is
Right,
this platform, ultimately the R platform, ultimately would complement the overall objective of an R, right?
correct,
So that's the
correct.
kind of link we want to create now, and all the actors sitting in the different part of the world, they would connect themselves to this consortium and then to NI, or maybe any other organization. So we could build that consortium again at a broader level, bringing their expertise and experience down at local level and
Global
at
levels.
in the different countries. So that's the way forward. And all the work, there's a smart kind of programs should be introduced over there. The international community should come to these countries. The experts
Yes,
come to these countries, introduce those kind of smart programs, certifications, diplomas, workshops, and the modules should be developed.
fantastic.
So that's required,
Yes.
I guess. That's
Amazing. And I think you even answered my last question. That would have been, what is your message you'd like to leave for the global audience? And I think you said it really well, that we want the international community to support each other and us in the global south, so that all students across geographical locations have equal access to quality education, and nobody is left behind, and every high achieving student is, given the opportunities that they really deserve. With that, we come to the end of this episode of Around the Globe in 30. I hope our audience found this session as inspiring and insightful as I did. It is truly heartening to see the kind of incredible strides being taken in Pakistan to embed academic integrity deeply into educational policy and practices. A heartfelt thank you, Dr. Shahid
Thank you very much.
Soraya, for joining us and for sharing your powerful journey and vision with us today. I'm
Thank you.
Zinat Reza Khan, and until next episode, stay curious, stay ethical.